Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, and I'm in the book doing what I do for you. Ho, ho, ho. It's getting better. We about to find out what goes on in the mind of God, which conceived his creation as like a dream in a dream. Good stuff. We going. We rolling now. Let's go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do for you, but it's rhetorical. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to my God be true. All right. Right thinkers be funk philosophy on the mind of God conceives creation as a dream within a dream. Now, this is from an ancient Egyptian scripture. It says, in the form of Kepra, that's the scarab head beetle, that's this guy here, the dung beetle. This is what sunrise represents. Okay, he's the morning sunrise. He's the keeper of creation coming into being. That's his concept of the scarab. So, the mind, in the form of Kepri, Ra, Netter, declares, pay attention, that before him, before me, nothing existed. Okay, we get your message. We got it. Let's go. So, time and space began in the realm of matter. Noon, the primeval waters, which is undifferentiated matter. It's all possibility of anything can come out of there. Anything is possible. It's just chaotic and it's not really doing nothing. So it's just there. So even that didn't exist until what? His power was not, when he created the noon, the unmanifested manifested, his power was not exhausted by this single creative act. Again, y'all say God created the world in 6 days and 7 days he rested. Misunderstanding. God don't need rest. Understand that? So y'all missed on that one. But he continued to create millions and millions of new and different forms out of that which he had already created. When you go into the astral plane, when your mind goes into the sleep world where the body ain't don't need it, that's where God dwells. Okay? And in that realm, when you sleep in your dream, what you dream happens instantaneously. You want to go somewhere, you're there instantly. Physical world, you want to go across town, you got to get in the car and drive or walk and get it, whatever. But you got to go from one place to another physically. In the mind, you don't have that problem. That's instantaneous. That's God. Let's go. In the Kepri, you look at the scarab beetle and look at the skull. See the comparison? And they had all this figured out a long time ago. And every time they present something new, I love gathering information. Learning something new. So I'm a nerd. So in everything they pretty much, they had all this stuff already figured out. In ancient times, we talking about how modern technology, how smart we are. We dumb as a bag of rocks. But swear to God, we so smart. I read you every day, 5 types of people. As a society, we are the ones who don't know, but believe and think that we do. That's what makes us dangerous, self-destructive. Okay, that's us as a society. So we got to get better. I want you to be that person who knows and knows that they know. That makes you wise. Do what? Experience. Life gives you that. That's why I give you life lessons daily. All right, let me get this party started. And when he created, he didn't get exhausted from that act. No, God is unexhaustible. So he continued and made millions and millions. So the scarab beetle represent coming into being. When that sun, when Ra comes over the horizon out the east, he's coming into being. That's when he's kept it. When he makes it to full at high noon, everybody know what? Where's Ra? High noon, harvest. Where's Haru? Right there, up above. Okay? He got over the pyramid. When you shine down the pyramid, you can see that the pyramid got 8 sides, not 4. Oh, it's only 4 sides. No, it's 8. It's called concave. And they did that purposely, so they knew what they were doing a long time ago. So, but the scarab is the concept of coming into being. So now, just as in a dream can be experienced within what? Another dream. Sometimes we dream that we was dreaming, and we realize, wait a minute, I'm dreaming this, I'm dreaming. Yeah, just the concept. Stay with me now. It's all mental. Remember, this is all mental. So it's going on up here. It's okay. So, and within a dream. So God creates new forms of existence, aka the world, universe, system, life forms, etc. through what? His dream. As successive mental thoughts, continually thinking, creating, as you think it is coming to being. As you think it, it's happening. You get the concept. Okay. So within the thoughts. Modern physics would see this concept as what they call multidimensional movement of energy. Remember, God, think of God as energy, frequency, and vibration. Why? Energy, which is spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it, is neither used or wasted. Ding, 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 ding. That's God. He can create millions, he can lose millions, and he don't add or lose nothing of himself. That's the concept. And only reformulated. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can be formulated or transferred into ever-changing infinity. Energy is forever. That's God. That's our soul. That's what's in us. The spirit that's in us. Yeah. So we don't die. We multiply. We reincarnate until you what? Get it right. So, in one of the most important but not well known ancient Indian Vedic texts, it calls the yoga Vasistra. Okay. And it's also known as Maha Ramayana, excuse me. And there is a story. Again, these are all stories, mythological concepts that illustrates what we say the same idea of creation as expressed by God in the form of Kepra. A seeker who wants enlightenment will meditate on his or her own existence, and they'll find that he or she is really meditating upon someone who is really just having a dream. That's God. We're in God's dream. Again, I told you when he wake up, everything will go back to noon. Okay, back to nothing. So have fun while he sleep. Why? When he wake up, party's over. The concept in India, they say when Shiva opens his eyes, a new world begins. Everybody got a concept. That's what I tell you. Philosophy and concepts. The dream subject that's being meditated on discovers what? That he is in the same way we exist through many what? Incarnations. Why? Because the energy can't die. Just the physical body and the conscious dies. And you creating the projection of a body which the spirit uses as clothes and surrounding the world. But in reality, each of us, pay attention, is God. There you go again. Yeah. If you don't know the spirit that's in you is of God, if you ain't conscious because of your ignorance, you don't know who you are. My goal is to get you to know that. So I'm trying to inform you. That's it. I ain't trying to convert you, brainwash you, or none of that nonsense. I'm trying to enlighten you. And when you have, you're God, you're actually having an innumerable dreams over and over. Wake up, go back to sleep. Wake up, go back to sleep. You die, come back to life. Reincarnate. Those are the concepts, okay? But in the yoga, Vasista, as well as the creation of Kepri, creation what? Listen, it occurs due to the power of one's mind to be able to think right and then believe in what they're thinking, the thought. And since the universe proceeded from the mind of God, from a thought, through a dream process, as it were, it follows that all things are what? Mental and ideas, as well as what we call physical reality, are in reality emanations from the cosmic mind of God. Again, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. No, that's the next lesson. I got a lesson coming up for you. Who is God? I know where he at. I can point him out to you, okay? But when you have the mind, we live in the mind of God just individually with our own free will to do and be whatever we want. But you gotta remember, you're responsible. There you go. That's the caveat. So now, therefore, it follows that attainment of individual human minds have to become enlightened with the cosmic mind, interactive. That's what the meditation is for, to commune with your higher self, to get your lower self, raise its consciousness to become one with your higher self. And now you and God become what? One. You become God-like while walking the earth. Picture that, okay? Those are all the blessed ones. The people you see that's living right, doing right, they're blessed. God let them walk and look a little different, talk a little different. Why? Because they are. That's why they're God's chosen. Okay, but God don't choose you. You choose to serve God, and He will reward you for doing that. Let's go. So remember the cosmic mind, and it will bring forth a union. Again, right there, the union what? Consciousness with what? The cosmos, aka Maya. Feet don't fail me now. Thus, by getting back to the source, the purpose of all religion is to get you to source, God. I realize and understand that about religion. Now, the operation that they follow, the thing they do, I don't subscribe to, but I understand the purpose to get you back to source, or what they call the original thoughts of the mind of God. It is now possible to find enlightenment. Know thyself. Shine light on the ignorance. Declare enlightenment over ignorance. This task may be accomplished by simple but intense self-reflection on the nature of reality. Getting conscious of who you are. We are innately divine God beings having a human experience. We too can create with what? Our mind. Everything starts with the mind. It's all mental. And not only just ideas, but we have new physical realities as well by the world that we are puny animals in need of a savior and assistance from outside of ourselves. That's just wrong. And what we exist in is a degraded, depressed state of mind, aka that's ignorant. Okay? A lot of us live in that mind forever. Don't never come out. Okay, I got a lesson coming up for you. Collective ignorance over collective enlightenment. Got a nice little idea about that. Put it down and put the touches on it, but that's the concept. Again, dealing with the mind. We got to become what? Knowledgeable. We are ignorant. We got to stop being ignorant. With that, self-knowledge takes care of that. We don't seem to understand that fact. So, from an even higher perspective, you must understand that your concepts of God, the cosmic mind that creates and causes existence to appear to exist, is only a projection of God. We are just that, a projection of the Supreme Being having a human experience. Keep him from being bored, okay? He got something to do. So, thus, your mind, or the mind of the Netta we call God, is the source of all creation. We need to understand that, and everything that springs forth from that. This is the mystery of mysteries that must be known not only intellectually, but intuitionally, from inside, internally, not outside of knowledge. You should have internal knowledge, intuition. You should feel it. It should be there. And it is. You just got to wake up to it. That's called waking it up. But all philosophical, religious, and scientific ideas all originated from the same one source. Again, no matter who you call them, what you call them, how you practice them, it's still just the one. I keep telling you that. Everything comes from the one. All other mysteries or ideas are only what we know to be lower mysteries, which proceed from within this simple truth. The pursuit of intricate religious, philosophical, or mystical systems is thus likened to what? A dream within a dream. You have a philosophy that you practice, you have a belief system that you practice, but you have to what? Live it. You have to experience it. The mystical experience. That's the mystery of life as it unfolds for every individual. That's the key. We have our own personal thing. And the pursuit of this intricate religious, philosophical, and mystical system is likened to a dream within a dream. So the pursuit of happiness in this physical world is an illusion. But if it do not lead to this simple truth. Why? The ego don't know. As creation is vast and as capable of providing one's mind with an endless subject of intricacies, meaning life experiences, it is easy to get caught in importance in any other important. So therefore, you have to understand that your spiritual freedom cannot be attained. Pay attention, from just reading material books such as this and others. I don't get my knowledge from the book. I read and practice what they say to do, and I illustrate it, I use it, and I implement it. Like I tell you, my knowledge to you don't mean nothing if you don't use it. That's the case. And that's the books are written for. You to get the information, then use it. The Bible, same thing. We've been doing this for a long time. And the information. We're in the information age. If you lack of information, now that's a you problem. Why? It's everywhere. Push a button, Google it, ask AI, whatever, whoever. But information is plentiful. That's what I'm saying. All information ain't good information. Your discernment have to decide what's good and what's not good. Moving on. But the information that is needed, but the goal goes beyond thoughts. So as if a person thinks, I read something, so one can read or think is something one knows. No, excuse me, no, I missed that. I read something. One can read or think is something one knows. It ain't what you read, it's what you know. And when spiritual, this is knowledge, this is information. When your spiritual transformation occurs, it's because you got knowledge, and there would be no question about what it is or how it feels. You will know for yourself. You ain't got to ask questions. When it comes to God, you should have your own relationship, your own explanation, your own experience. You can't depend on somebody else's. Okay? So it has nothing to do with your egoistic feelings of superiority over others due to one's higher wisdom or station in life, or other delusions of what? Self-importance. I got degrees. I'm Dr. So-and-so. I'm better than you. No, you're not. But that's the ego right there. That's the ego. Putting yourself over anyone else is all egoistical. Simple as that. I don't give a damn. No, that's what it is. I'm not arguing, debating. I'm giving you the fact. And if you do it, that's who you are. I'm so-and-so. I'm Dr. So-and-so. I'm a J. Floyd. I want to mansion a yacht. Some of these clowns with these degrees. I'm not going to make you call me Master P or Doctor. No. Those are titles that was given to me from the things that I achieved. But I don't make nobody call me Doctor somebody. Are you crazy? That's ego at its best. And they don't see it that way. Why? Well, I went to school. I got this thing. So you got to call me so-and-so. That annoys me. So I'm not beat for titles, okay? And I'm not respecting your title either. Could care less. It shows, watch this, it is, however, more like you waking up. Why? Because you don't know. And when you wake in your sleep, you don't know. When you wake up, become conscious, now you know. It's like waking up in what? In the morning and realizing that you had a dream vivid, but it felt so real. It was like, it was, yeah, in your mind, it was real. And you had it, and that's what it's all about. That's your world. God doing that with every individual. He's part of everybody's dream, part of everybody's life. Imagine that. But it's the vivid dream which seemed to be so real. And at the time it is. But what happens? You sleep. So when you wake up, aka ding 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 enlightenment, you kind of like, man, I was just dreaming. Okay. Some people would rather have that dream state become reality in their mind, so they keep presenting in their mind like they're still in a dream. Wake up into reality. And wake up in enlightenment. Now the dream of life seems to what? Just disappear. That dream, they only come to sleepers. You only dream when you sleep. You don't dream while you woke. And there is a new reality. Why? Because it's a wonderful reality that lies beyond any past imaginations that you have, and a reality which transcends any notions of one's individual self, aka your ego. Your ego have to be suppressed. He have to be put in servitude position, not the driver's seat. That's like having a kid in the car. You let the kid drive. You asking for trouble, okay? Understand the concept. I got a little bit more. Let me stay with me. Our ancient philosophy tells us that everybody have a creation story. Every culture, every civilization, everybody have a creation story. And they said you replay every moment of every day, your creation story. Why? Every time our heart beats, a new moment of life is created. Every day the sun rises, another day is created. We say the sun died when he go to the west and born again in the east. That's the cycle of life, okay? Modern science, not ancient, modern science agrees with this assessment. Why? Because it's natural. We didn't have a bunch of stuff. We just had nature, and we understood it, and we abide by it. That's why, and it's proven to this day. So our ancients were pretty smart. We couldn't find that out. I'm laughing because why? I don't know nothing new. I don't know nothing modern. Everything I know is old. All right? But in less than a year, watch this. And this is why the serpent, he can shed his skin. The cycle of life, the spirit sheds its skin by what? Each life cycle that the body goes through, that it don't get enlightened, it sheds that body and go get another one. Like the snake, that's the serpent, that's the concept. He just slide on out that skin and just move on by his business. So they use that as an example. And 98% of all the atoms that make up the human body, pay attention, are replaced with completely new ones. So our bodies constantly, yeah, but our ancients knew that. Modern science figured out through testing, and yeah, but we already knew that. Moving on. So now, in less than a year and a half, we have completely new body. Like the snake, he just shed his skin. We did it symbolically. That's why we use it. Everything esoteric teaches you use nature to give understanding about the cycle of life. The sun, transverse curve, all this is cycle of life. Therefore, your body and your brain, there you go, as above, so below, do not meet the criteria of what we consider to be reality. Why? Pay attention. This is why. As that which is unchanging. Maya, the truth, unchanging. That's truth. We are not truth. We had to live and try to become truth worthy from our heart and our conscious mind. Okay? And they are ever changing. Why? And it's illusory. The physical body and the ignorant mind constantly going over changing. But along with the mind, what's this? You are chargeable. Along with the mind, are changeable with time. We can think different. We can change our way of thinking from being a bad guy to be a good guy. Simple. Therefore, the only reality is that which is what sustains them. That sun, Maya, and that which keeps them working. Again, sun, Maya, and allows them to have this illusion that they really exist in their mind. The only unchanging reality is what? The spirit. The meaning of the word physics is that study of composition of nature. okay, learning. And the word nature comes from the ancient Latin word natura. The word natura originate in Egypt. The word neter, God in Egypt, and neteru, meaning God's more than one manifestations of the God. The early Greek students of physics, listen, such as Theos, Democritus, whoever, learned the science of study of God from who? Ancient Cometians. Masters who instructed them, taught them to what? Here you go, know thyself. The Greeks took it and said, man, know thyself. What about the woman? Why would you single out the man? That's the ego right there, that concept of men being superior over women. That's where it started. The Greeks put that nonsense in fact. But since each human being, again, is his or her own netter, can manifest, they are manifestation of God. And the most direct way to know God, the netter, is to study God's manifestation. What? Humans. You, yourself. Neteru, nature, understand, and oneself. Self-mastery is the goal for all human beings. And because Neteru cannot exist without what? Being sustained, what? At every moment by what? Neter, that thing in the sky. Okay, so therefore, Neter can be found in Neteru. It is only due to the rampant, untrained, thought-ignorant processes that control the direction of one's mind, that God, Neteru, is not perceived by us, Neteru. Therefore, we don't know ourselves. And your ability, you need to study what? The Neteru, the Netter, the one God, knowing him through what? Neteru, his manifestation, his creation, manifestation of the Netter. And it requires that mastery of oneself, thought faculty. Tahuti is the mind concept of God and have total understanding of his laws by which nature exists by Maya, aka duality and balance, equanimity in your thought process. How about this? I just was reading about they got a bird that flies over the Pacific Ocean. His ability to fly 2 months in the air. Don't stop, don't rest. Why? When he fly, he sleep. He cut the left half of his brain off and let the right side function while he fly. The left side rest and go to sleep. And when the right side get tired, he click up over it, use the other side. That's duality. That's equanimity at its best. He shut half her brain down. Whales can do the same thing. When your brain, you got the ability to control it. Self-mastery means you control this thing that you have on your shoulders. The frigate bird does it well, exemplifies. I'm not stopping what I'm doing. He eat and fly. That's all he doing. He fly, eat, and sleep. Poop, do whatever he got to do. He flying. He don't stop. That's amazing. Again, if you don't know God, look at his manifestation. Look what he do through creation. Every creation, every animal, every creature has something amazing about it, has a gift that they got from the Creator. All knowing, all created. And wrap this up for you. I can't get under 30 minutes to save my life. So I hope you guys enjoy the little half-hour show that I'm putting on for you, because I'm sure having fun doing it. Let me wrap it up for you. And again, from the Menphite theology from 5000 BCE, we learned that the netters are in reality the myriad of forms which Ptah the god assumes. Therefore, the idea of explaining the physical world was set forth in terms of principles, philosophical concepts we call netters, elements, represented by objects, personalities, or animals, which exhibit the exemplifying certain characteristics and tendencies that are found in nature as well as in human beings. We use the zoomorphic form to teach the aspects of that gift that God gave that animal. We've been doing it forever. Moving on, it's teaching purposes only. But this differs from the traditional Western view of things. Y'all are physical being ignorant. So explaining the physical material world in terms of being concrete, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. And absolute reality, that's not absolute reality. And composed of what? Elements, nature, we call that. And because according to the ancient scripture, there is only one element that exists. You ready? God, nature. Through philosophical examination and modern scientific investigation, experimentation, that the idea of the world being an absolute reality is found to be an illusion. False. Taking it home. Thus, the laws of existence by which the physical universe manifests and works is understood as interactions of opposites by complementary principles such as Haru, your higher self, Set, your lower self, or day, which is Ra, night, which is Apophis. Any way you want to do it, it's going to be opposites coming together to make a whole. The Egyptian concept of the dynamic principles in nature is contained in the diagram of opposites, and it's listed 5000 BCE. It contains the simple principles of creation, which is what? Air, Shu, fire, Ra, earth, Geb, water, Tef, Nu. We don't even include Nu, which is heaven, that goes with earth. But the four elements, that's what they are. Earth, wind, fire, and air. Okay, the sun, the fire, air that we breathe, earth we live on, and the water that sustains us. Heaven's where we want to go, so they didn't put that in. But in this all basic mechanism by which they interact: hot, dry, wet, cold. If you got hot, you got to have cold. You got wet, you got to have dry. See where we're going with that? Simple. And these qualities are further elaborated in the cosmogonies, as outlined on page 24. You see it, I gave it a while ago. But this text, where the creation is seen as an elaborate interaction, complementary of opposites. I gave them round elements, the Agdo. Okay, then you got the Enoch, I got them too. But they all similar ideas are found in India, Vedic medicine, and they started theirs in the 1000 BCE with the 5 elements. Here we go, or principles of nature: earth, water, fire, air, and they kicked in ether, aka Nu, or dark matter. They don't know what the hell that is. But, and in the Chinese idea, they had their philosophy. They used the 2 forces, okay, yin and yang, night and day, up and down, in and out. They don't need but 2, okay. That's again, duality. You got to have 2 opposites. You see the yin is black with a little white. You see yang is white with a little black. Again, gotta have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But which arose from the ultimate one, the Tao. And the 5 elements they got is wood, metal, fire, earth, and air. This was started back in 1050 ACE. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I know they'd be a little long, but the lessons are the same. The purpose is to get you to understand. Hope I can present it to you where you can do just that, where you can get something from it. I ain't just here blowing smoke, trying to gaslight you with a bunch of nonsense. I'm trying to enlighten you to know yourself. I'm doing my best. Hope you enjoyed it. Right thinkers, in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 might be right. So I never that my right thinkers who now understand the mind of God conceived creation as a dream within a dream and passed away. You should be a little bit smarter after this lesson. I'll be back with more.